At the time of recording this intro, there's zero information about this lens online, and even 7Artisan haven't sent me the correct spec sheet yet. So this is a very, very fresh look at a lens. As you've seen in the title, it's the 7Artisans 50mm T1.05 Vision cinema lens. So we're going to be shooting a lot of random cinema, well, video samples to see just what quality this lens has. Of course, we'll look at it up close, see the build quality and so on. You'll find it's quite a hefty number, but first impressions are very positive. Maybe one or two little things to be tweaked, maybe. But yeah, we're shooting this intro with it wide open at T1.05, so it's quite tricky. Let me check the monitor. I can't really move too far or I'll lose focus. So yeah, let's just, as we say, and as we need to put on a t-shirt, let's crack on. It's a nice chunk of a lens, as you'd expect. If you've used cine lenses, you know that they're not, you know, built for the week. Anyway, plastic cap on the back, nice metal mount, everything looks tidy. Build quality does look superb, frankly. I have used it already, of course, so, you know, I know what's going on here. It just feels like a workhorse. Manual focus ring, roughly 270-degree throw, starting at 45 centimeters, round to a hard stop at beyond infinity. Interesting. Then we've got the obviously declicked aperture ring, so from T-stop 105 to 16, and there's a hard stop there. There are 7 elements in 5 groups. Nice big 82mm filter size. Now this should be standard across the whole set. I don't have the whole set, slightly annoyingly, but everything should be standard when it comes to the gear mod 0.8 and the positioning, so you can easily swap them in and out, as well as the filter size. Maybe you're going to use a matte box or just standard filters. Now without caps, it weighs a solid 680 grams. I've just measured it myself because these spec sheets are often a little bit off or generalized because they are there for the other mount. So, you know, 75mm full frame equivalent on our APS-C sensor, 31.8 degree angle of view. Very tidy, very well built. Let's get some random video clips on the go. I apologize, they aren't going to be movie quality, but yeah. After using it for a while now, I'm very happy with the build quality and the handling. Even shooting handheld, as I did for a lot of my tests on the T4, not this T3 to be fair, you know, it's just for show. When I said random clips as well, of course I meant it. Now, I like to test various scenarios to get a comprehensive impression of the lens in this case, and then if I really like it, the lens will go into my kit ready for a specific purpose. So yeah, big thumbs up for the build quality then. It's a solid workhorse of a lens that feels like it will do a great job, and if the other 2 lenses in the trio are as well made, then it's a worthy look. Manual focusing is smooth, well adjusted, and with a typically large throw. It's well set up to use on a follow focus system, but it's also easy enough to use in a run and gun setup if you really wanted to. Running from 45 centimeters to beyond infinity, there's plenty of room for fine adjustments, and the ring is sure enough to work with. As for the aperture ring, that moves smoothly and seems to be accurate overall. All in all, the lens is well set up and will work well in a professional rig, and it fits in equally well on a trip down to, as you can see, the local lake has been quite common, you know, for a lot of us over the pandemic. I do recommend getting your camera out, go down to the park and just have fun. Importantly, the image quality is good, albeit and understandably wide open. It's a less precise experience. Shooting at T1.05 can open up the image to some interesting character and flaws, all of which you can take advantage of to get some very cool shots, of course, in the right hands. Now, with the right ND filter, it's simple enough to work wide open, and I used a K&F ND 2-32 82mm filter a little bit, and it complemented the lens very well. You know, these so-called budget brands are no joke these days. The lens is also prone to chromatic aberration in high contrast situations, and that's understandable at this level, but it's nothing to really put you off at all. In the real world, you know, you can avoid it, or you can embrace it, or even fix it in post to some degree. You know, it's not perfect, but it's absolutely fine. Now, close-up work is actually nice, very fun, and the image is generally very sharp overall. Flaring is an area to play around with. Alas, the sun hasn't really been on my side while shooting a test, but I have noticed a bit of flaring present with this one. As for the bokeh, it's down to personal preference, as almost it usually is, but let us know what you think from the different samples in this video, and even better, your own images when you've had your hands on this lens. Now, focus breathing is something a cine lens has to get right, and I've included a lot of samples in this video where you can make up your own mind. Now, personally, I think it's very good. There is slight breathing if you go looking for it, but you know, a little breathing can be good sometimes. So if you see it, then cool. If not, you know, even better. But here's one final example just for us to check, you know, those little details together. I'm not a pixel peeper, but just for the crack, let's have a look. I really like the colors and the contrast and the distortion. It's fairly minimal. As we do sometimes with the stills or the hybrid lenses, here's a quick test to see the difference throughout the aperture range, albeit, of course, in stills mode. So coming in around $550, the lens is pretty well priced. You know, there's not too much similar at this price range and quality for the Fujifilm X system. The lens performs pretty well. Now, I don't see it breaking any awards, but it could be a solid choice for those of us getting into shooting with cine lens, depending on the other two in the set. Now, the closest equivalent is arguably the much cheaper, slightly slower Maker Cine Lens 50mm T2.2, but I've only tried the 35mm in that range, so I can't say conclusively if that is a better buy overall. Anyway, one final bit of sample footage just for the crack, which I think I've already said too many times in this video. No, you can never say it too many times. Anyway, onwards. So hopefully we get to try the other two lenses in the Vision Trio. The 25mm looks absolutely huge, as did the Firefly 25mm. But I think after using this one, I'd be happy to see how the other two fare. Now for the record, I don't believe it's the same optics as the Firefly series, but it's nice to see companies putting out sets for cine shooters, even though Fujifilm Video still has, you know, some way to go. And we'll see soon enough what the XH2 body or bodies bring to that game. So a lot to look forward to. But for now, let us know if and when you've used this lens or any other cine lens for the X Mount, and I'll see you very soon.